If I had died at 40, this story would have meant nothing. No success, no wisdom, just regret. So if you're listening, stay with me, because most people quit right before their life finally starts to make sense. I grew up poor in Pennsylvania, not the kind of poor you see in movies, but the quiet kind, the kind that teaches you to observe instead of complain. My father fixed machines in a small garage, and without realizing it, I learned my first lesson there. Broken things aren't useless, they're unfinished. As a kid, I used to watch his hands move with patience, and I thought building something that worked was the closest thing to purpose a man could have. By my teenage years, I was sketching designs in notebooks, dreaming of building things that mattered, not for money, but for meaning. But fear speaks louder than dreams when you're young. At 22, I chose safety over passion and took a corporate job I didn't love, sitting in a gray cubicle under fluorescent lights, slowly trading curiosity for comfort. Every promotion felt wrong, like I was betraying the kid I used to be. But I kept going because fear pays the bills faster than hope. Then at 29, they fired me, and the truth was, I deserved it. Failure doesn't scream when it arrives. It whispers your name at night, when you're alone on the floor of a half-empty apartment, wondering where you went wrong. That was the first time I swallowed my pride and went back to learning, at an age when most people pretend they already know everything. I studied at night under a cheap desk lamp, sacrificed weekends, skipped celebrations, and learned discipline the hard way, quietly, without applause. It wasn't success, but it was movement, and movement changes something inside you. That small momentum led me back to a garage, where I started building again, not just machines, but belief. There were nights when bills covered the table and fear sat beside me, asking what I'd do if this failed too. And that's when I finally understood something simple. Failure hurts once, but regret hurts forever. So I kept going. One client became two became 10, and slowly, consistency replaced luck. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see a younger man, but I saw a stronger one. I wasn't special. I wasn't gifted. I was consistent. And just when I thought I had figured out my career, just when things finally felt stable, I made the biggest mistake of my professional life. A mistake that nearly cost me everything. Just when my career finally felt stable, I made a decision that looked smart on paper and reckless everywhere else. I expanded too fast, trusted the wrong people, and confused momentum with control. I brought in a business partner because I thought growth required help, but what it really required was judgment, and mine was immature. At first, the numbers looked good, the contracts were bigger, and people finally started calling me successful. But success has a way of hiding problems until they're too big to ignore. I stopped checking details, stopped asking hard questions, and slowly handed my company to someone who didn't love it the way I did. Then one morning, without warning, the accounts were frozen, the calls stopped coming in, and the man I trusted disappeared along with the money. In a single week, 15 years of effort collapsed into silence. Employees I had promised stability to were suddenly looking at me for answers I didn't have, and that kind of failure cuts deeper than personal loss. I wasn't just embarrassed, I was responsible. Lawsuits followed, friendships ended, and I learned how quickly respect evaporates when success does. Nights became longer, sleep disappeared, and the voice in my head grew louder, reminding me that I had built something real only to lose it through arrogance. At 50, starting over doesn't feel heroic. It feels humiliating. You don't tell people you're rebuilding. You just quietly shrink your life to survive it. I sold what I could, let go of what I loved, and took work far beneath my experience just to stay afloat. Younger men gave me instructions, and I swallowed my pride because pride doesn't pay rent. But something strange happened during that season of loss. Clarity returned. I finally understood that my earlier success wasn't earned by speed or risk, but by patience, craftsmanship, and accountability. So I rebuilt again, slower this time, alone this time, with rules I refused to break. No shortcuts. No blind trust. No growth that cost my integrity. I chose clients carefully, worked quietly, and focused on doing one thing exceptionally well instead of chasing everything at once. The world didn't notice at first, and that was fine, because this time, I wasn't building to be seen. I was building to last. And just when I thought I had paid the full price for my mistakes, life tested me one more time, not through business, but through something far more personal. I didn't restart my career with confidence. I restarted it with humility. This time, I wrote my own rules. No shortcuts, no blind trust, no growth that cost my integrity. I stopped chasing everything at once and chose one thing to focus on, working quietly while the world moved on without noticing. For the first time, that invisibility didn't bother me. Respect came back slowly, not through noise or titles, but through consistency. I found myself advising younger professionals, realizing that experience only becomes valuable when you're willing to share it. Somewhere in that season, my inner world shifted. I wasn't trying to prove myself anymore. I was trying to be useful. Then my body reminded me that time is impatient. Sitting in a hospital waiting room has a way of silencing your ego. And I thought about all the years I wasted trying to look successful instead of being fulfilled. That moment reframed everything. I stopped asking how big my career could get and started asking whether it actually mattered. I learned that success without peace is just a well-decorated prison, and that balance isn't weakness, it's wisdom. My final chapter wasn't about money or recognition, it was about impact. I forgave the man I used to be, the one who didn't know better, and found gratitude for every failure that taught me something success never could. Today, I don't chase happiness anymore, I protect peace. And if you're behind in life, you're not broken, you're just early in your second chapter. Because life doesn't reward speed, it rewards those who stay. These days, my mornings are quiet, and I finally understand why that matters. When you're young, you race time, trying to outrun doubt and prove your worth. When you're older, you learn to listen to it. A career isn't built by big moments or viral wins. It's built by boring consistency, the kind no one claps for. Most people quit because no one is watching, but that's exactly when the work counts. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's tuition, and ego is the interest you pay when you stop learning. Every career gives you a choice, to look impressive or to be useful, and usefulness always lasts longer. Money fades faster than impact, and if I could talk to my younger self, I wouldn't warn him about failing, I'd warn him about rushing. Nothing meaningful grows on your schedule, and age doesn't weaken you, it clarifies you. Integrity is the only asset that truly compounds, and peace is the most honest form of success. So if you're building your life right now, slow down enough to build it right. Time rewards patience far more than talent, and while a good career builds income, a great one builds character. I didn't win life by being fast, I won by staying.